What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So, of course, there's news coming out that Newcastle have took advantage to get out of the deal early with FUN88. Of course, a deal that has been in place since 2017 when, of course, Mike Ashley signed the deal during his ownership of Newcastle United. And these reports are coming from an article that was put out by Mark Douglas of the Eye. I will, of course, put the article down in the description below so you can go and check it out for yourself. But I will also put a little few snippets of the article up on screen so you can see them as well. Basically, in the article, Mark Douglas is talking about Newcastle United taking advantage, in being able to get out of the FUN88 deal early, which means that will open the prospect for Newcastle securing a much more lucrative deal for the commercial sponsorship deal and the main sponsorship deal, which would go on the front of the shirt for the 23-24 season. Of course, there has been speculation that the club will tie up a large deal with Saudi companies, Saudi Airways or Amrico, but them are just rumours and speculation that's going around. If them or the companies that we do actually tie up a deal with still remains to be seen yet, and we won't find out any of that until, it gets closer to that 23-24 season, which we're not there yet. The reason this has got to be done as well is because the Premier League have introduced, of course, bans on related parties, sponsorship deals ruling out companies run by the same owners as the club in the wake of the Newcastle takeover, of course, and the rules will now govern as well commercial deals to ensure they represent a market value. So whatever, for example, Man City's getting for theirs, say it's 50 million, then Newcastle would be able to match that plus 10% on top of that, which we've already talked about, on the channel before. And the reason this has got to be done as well, the reason that Newcastle are getting out of this deal with FUN88 is because not only the fact that, we're owned by Saudis, gambling obviously can't be on the front of the shirts for, Saudis to buy in Saudi Arabia, but also the fact that the Premier League have put in restrictions and bans on stopping clubs from having gambling companies on the front of their shirts as well. Like I say, this is a deal that was signed back in 2017, one of many long-term deals that were signed by, of course, Mike Ashley. And, it's going to be ended early, so we would have a new sponsor by the time it got to the 23-24 campaign. But as for this season, FUN88 will be on the front of the Newcastle United shirt for the very last time, and we will sign a new deal with a different sponsor come the 23-24 campaign, which is the season after this season we're about to go into. Of course, there's also talk in the article by Mark Douglas as well that Newcastle are closing in to agreeing a deal with the Botswana Tourist Board as well to have them as a sleeve sponsor for this season. There's still no amounts being suggested on how much we're going to actually be getting off the Botswana Tourist Board for that, but I'm sure it'll be a good amount, it'll be a decent amount as well, and that'll go to help in FFP, and to help with free up a bit more room in that FFP as well. Premier League clubs, like I say, are changing their shirt sponsors. The government here in the UK have proposed legislations in a draft white paper, a very early stage of policy formulation ahead of a planned reform of gambling laws next month, which will include the prevention of front of shirt gambling sponsors in the Premier League. A House of Lords Select Committee, of course, first recommended the move in 2020. Pressure has been steadily growing on authorities to cull the vast number of betting advertisements in the game, which includes advertising on the shirts, pitch side boards, competition names, stadiums, you name it, wherever the gambling companies can get their adverts on, they're going to pay to get their adverts on. No fewer than 9 top flight clubs as well, by the way. Last season, Palace, Leeds, West Ham, ourselves, Newcastle United, Wolves, Southampton and Brentford and Burnley and Watford were sponsored by betting firms for the 21-22 campaign. And campaigners say the extent of advertising in the game is at odds with the number of children who regularly watch the game as well. So obviously kids can't have the sponsor across the front of the shirt if it's a gambling company. That's why you've seen a lot of clubs like ourselves not having the gambling companies on the front of their shirts. I mean, you can buy the shirt on Newcastle United website. You'll get the junior version of the shirt. It won't have the sponsor on it because it's obviously FUN88, so kids can't have it on because it's a gambling company. And that's obviously going to change come 23-24 season, because we're going to be no longer under the sponsorship of FUN88. Like I say, it's another deal that was signed, a several long-term deal that was signed under the Mike Ashley era in Newcastle United, which thank God is finally over. We're under a brand new era now. It's the PIF, PCP and Rubens era of Newcastle United, and it's going to be interesting to see who that sponsor is come the 23-24 campaign. But we do have the 22-23 campaign to go through first, so we'll see how it goes, see how that season pans out for it, and who knows, maybe it's by the 23-24 campaign we could be finished in a European spot heading into that season with Europe in the bag. But we'll see how it goes. Just wanted to get that out there, just wanted to update you on the news coming from Mark Douglas. But do go check out his article. I don't want to be stealing all of the clicks from his article. I do want people to go across there, show a little bit of respect and click on his article, and give a look at it as well. Have a read for yourself. Like I say, there's only going to be snippets of the article up on screen. I'm not going to show all of it. I don't want to take away from the work that Mark Douglas has put in to the article. It's a really good read. Do go check it out, and if you can, please hit a like on this video if you have liked it, and also please subscribe to the channel if you can as well, as I'm on the road to 1.5k subscribers. So till next time, I'll see you all later. Also, there is news coming out of Newcastle United as well that the medical has been completed for Matty Targett as well, and we're just waiting on the announcement from Newcastle United, the official announcement that Matty Targett has signed the deal and the deal is done. But at the moment, it is pretty much a done deal. We just need that official confirmation from Newcastle United on the Twitter account before we can all start to celebrate the first signing of the brand new era. Till next time, I'll see you all later, and how are the lads?